On stage at the Civic Center ahead of the performance of Treasure Island and with Shirley Quattlebaum. Shirley, you've been instrumental in helping this whole thing come about. Tell us about it.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be involved with Missoula Children's Theater. We had Monday afternoon, we had 125 kids audition to take about 65 parts, so auditions were tough. And then starting on Monday, the kids rehearsed every afternoon this week with the dress rehearsal on Friday and today's performances at 2 and at 6.
And those dress rehearsals were not like 15 minutes, they were grueling and
Oh yeah.
hours.
Oh, yeah. You would have been amazed at grueling in hours, but the children were just fixed on Jacob and Samantha, their instructors, and just as quiet as mice and as attentive as you can ever possibly imagine.
That's amazing. All right, Wade, we just finished the 2 o'clock matinee performance down here for Treasure Island.
Yes.
Spectacular is what I thought it was.
They did a fantastic job. You're right. They absolutely did a great job. We talked about it before, but it's so amazing to see these kids basically in just a week how much they're able to get up there and perform and be able to just blow it out of the water.
I was shocked. I mean, they drag them in here, they volunteer to come in here on Monday, and then after school, 4 days, and bang.
Yep.
I mean, I was expecting amateurish. It wasn't that. It was impressive.
Yeah, they did very, very well, and it's very well put together. It's a testament, I think, to what these kids are doing and how good of performers they really are. Because that's something in a week. That's something that even professional actors, they have more time than that. So these kids to be able to do that really just shows, number one, I think that they love doing what they're doing. They're excited to be here and they're ready to go.
That's amazing. Well, now the instructors came from Montana. They have a little red truck, right?
That's right, and they drove down. I think they said it took them 4 days to get here.
Wow.
But they've been through intense training with the Missoula Children's Theater in order to be able to bring this program to our children in an effective way. Then they will go on from here all over the country to different cities.
Well, I've heard different stories on this, but this sort of event has been going on every year for a long time, but nobody knows really where it started, right?
Right. We know it's been over 20 years, but we're not sure exactly how long it's been.
Well, I talked to Shirley Quattlebaum. She doesn't know when this started, but she said it was 20 plus years ago. You've been involved since infancy almost. What do you know about the history?
I've been around it for a little bit. I was actually in Missoula Children's Theater, a few of them, back when I was a kid. My sister is a very good performer. A lot of people know me as Paige Harbison's brother, so sometimes that's how I get introduced as. And my sister is actually a professional performer now at Dollywood. She's a singer, dancer. She's actually the show captain of one of the shows up there at Dollywood. But she started right here at the stage behind us at the Cullman Civic Center some 20 years ago.
So we need to do some homework to find that out.
We need to research on that for sure. Now, let's talk about your involvement. I said you were instrumental, but you've put money, staff, you've worked at it yourself, right?
The arts are just near and dear to my heart, and it's my way and State Farm's way to give back to our community. State Farm cares about us too, and they'll put their money where their mouth is, and we just appreciate this community's business.
A lot of these people, this is the first chance that they really get to be involved with the arts. This is the first time they kind of get to sing, dance, act, to get on stage and kind of feel how that is for the first time. And some of them, may not go on to do that as a career or even in high school or college, but a lot of them, that's great communication skills for them to learn, a great way to kind of get over their fear of stage fright and that sort of thing. But there's a few of them, like my sister included in that, who kind of found their passion, for the first time doing this program. So it's really good program to offer for you.
Good morning to you too.
Well, and I'm going to talk about, you had about 130 folks try out on Monday.
Yes.
My daughter is one of them. She wasn't selected.
Yes.
She was crushed, but I had to sit down and explain to her that is theater.
That is the way
show
it works.
business.
It is. And, we encourage people to come back every single year because I remember I was actually one of those ones that I didn't make it a few years that my sister made it. And, of course, I just wanted to be up there on stage with her. And, my whole family was there. And I kind of felt like, man, I tried out on Monday. I didn't make it. But, there's some years that you're going to make it, sometimes that you won't. But, the times that you actually go and you do make it will make the times that you didn't a lot more worth it.
Well, I think it's really not one of those things things you need to take personally.
No,
Because
absolutely
every director, every producer, every production has
Sure.
a little different thing they're looking for. Right?
They do, absolutely, and every single show is different, and I've seen so many of these shows now I can't even keep up with how many of them they've been, but they've been different in every single way. Like you said, they're looking for different people and different roles and different abilities, and they change every single year. So it's amazing to see the talent that comes through and fills those different roles and different parts, and to see kind of how different that they are. So
let's finish out by talking about our attendance for the matinee.
Yes.
Looked like a full house. How many people was
It was
there?
a full house. We had 300 chairs down on the main floor, and it was completely filled. So people were starting to come up here in the balcony where we're at right now, and that's just a great thing when you have so many people that you've really got to put out more chairs. So I'll be putting out chairs for the next hour or so, probably for the 6 o'clock show, because we do expect more people to be here. This
I would assume that they
evening for
would maybe double this crowd for a night.
Sure. Yes.
So it really says a lot about the arts in Cullman, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yes. And I think it shows that there's really a need when you have 130, people that are coming out and trying out for this audition. I think there's really a need for performing arts. And so Parks and Rec, we've offered this program for a long time, and that's really about all that we've had for performing arts. But we're looking at maybe doing a summer theater camp and possibly some community theater and theater classes and that sort of thing down the road to kind of allow all of these people to come in and get some experience with this sort of thing. And then, when the show rolls around next year, maybe they feel a little bit more prepared to audition.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and I hope that happens.
Yes.
Wade, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Show me, Timbers, men, the ship is ours. No mercy for the prisoners, we'll make 'em walk the plank.